tying the Victoria's Secret. We're using a size 12 hook. So the first thing we do with the hook is we're going to debark it, mash the bark down. Okay, next thing, we can put a bead inside. So this is the bead. The bead had two holes. One in the front, you can see it's a smaller hole. So you go in from the smaller hole and then you come out on the big one. So we can put it in the vise and hold it up. Okay. So the next step, we're going to use size 0.015, make it 2 reps. This is lead, 1, 2, and we're going to pinch it off here. It's very important and critical that you bring the tack end up and kind of bend it flushed against the hook so that it will go in. If the tack end is sticking out, then it won't go into the bead head. Alright, we cut tack end. Now we're going to push it in. Now it's in. Alright, and then you push the tack end against the bead. So to prevent the bead from coming out while we're working on it, we're going to build a thread dam. Start the thread right here, and you can build it up with the thread. Okay, and kind of turn it right there. Now we wrap the thread all the way to the bend of the hook. This will give it a more stable base for the yarn to go on, so it won't twist or slip on you. Alright, we're back to the end of the bend, to the start of the bend, and we're going to cut off the thread. Now we're going to bring the thread back towards the front of the hook, right behind the bead. Okay, so we're using a pink fluorescent yarn. Take out the yarn to expose the core. Tie in the core right behind the head, and we can tie in the yarn pretty close wrapped so that we hold all the yarn right on top of the hook, all the way to the start of the bend, as far as you can go right here. Alright, at this point we can put a tail on it. To do the tail, you bring it up. Do not make a tail that long, because the fish could hit short now, because you're going to hit the tail and you can hook it. So we want to make a tail about that size, small as you can. So to do that, we're going to hold it right here, bring the thread up. Now this is called a pinch wrap, and then you move the thread right behind the thumb and the index finger, and you come down 1 wrap, and we will bring it up and see how it looks. Okay, alright, this is what we want. So we make another wrap, tight wrap, bring the yarn, move it over there, and we're going to bring the thread, tie it down, make a half each, and tie it. Now we're going to put the bobbin on the cradle. The next thing is we're going to wrap the body. We will want to wrap real close to the tail. Then we put the index finger here and hold tight. Alright, the next wrap is pretty tight against, but not on top of the last wrap, against it. Okay. Now when you get good enough practice on tying this fly, you can actually use the revolving feature so that you can turn, and it will make a much prettier body, much easier to do. Okay, now we're going to almost finish. We're going to come 1 more wrap. Okay, now we're going to catch the yarn 3 wraps move the crate away. One, that's right behind the yarn. All right, 3 wraps, and then we're going to do 3 in the front. Now we can cut the yarn off. It's best to use an X-Acto knife because then you're just cutting this instead of on a scissor, especially you got hackle and all the other stuff. You know, you're going to cut on something that you don't want. Now we can make a few more wraps before we do a finishing wrap. Okay, the finishing wrap is with a finishing 2. This is the one I recommend. Right here, catch it, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, it's finished. We put we cut it off. Then we put head cement, and this is fished at a dead drift. All right, because we got to use an indicator so that we can hit the bottom with it. Also, we can raise the indicator or lower the indicator for suspended fish.